Hi folks, I've just recorded this for you, but unfortunately it didn't come out. When I went to to download the video onto my laptop, another icon came up on it, and the long and the short of it is, it didn't get, well, the video got deleted. So anyway, I'll give you an explanation of what it is. It's just an exercise in painting with the hakes, the large and the medium hake, the Von Ranson hakes, the brushes that I've always used, well, for well over 35 years, that is. Well, whenever Von Ranson introduced us to the hake, a lifetime ago. Well done, Von Ranson, for these legacy. They're wonderful brushes. They can be very infuriating when they split. This one splits about here, and you just have to bring them back together again. This one's not too bad. They're getting a bit old now. I've had them for about a year. Got another one here. Two. They're still reasonably intact, but once they start splitting and they don't stay together, the bristles, they just go in clumps. Time to say goodbye to them and buy another couple. I usually buy two at a time. Stock. Right, so what I did, the brush, you can see it was streaky because the brush, it was splitting. I put a nice background in. I've got a nice bit of light coming through here. The sky is basically yellow ochre, raw sienna, should I say, raw sienna, bit of light red just to warm it up, give a bit of atmosphere to it. And that's worked out very well there, putting that over there. That light's sort of come through. And this is Fabriano £130 studio paper. You have to be careful with it. It's quite tricky to use because it is a cheaper paper, but it does allow you to do things that the more expensive papers don't, and that is the lifting out with plastic cards. You know, like just because being a cheaper paper, the water or the paint tends to stay on the surface before soaking in, and that way you can scrape it off at a certain time when it's sort of drying, but it will lift. And so a lot of good quality papers, they won't. The paint soaks straight into the surface and very difficult to scrape out. But you have to experiment and find out what papers work. This certainly does. It's a brilliant paper for that. And I've just put in this detail in the impression in the pack. There's a lot going on there. There isn't, not that I've painted. And I just put a bit of a dark horizon to counterchange a couple of yachts, 3 yachts. Put a boat and a little man in. Give it scale. So I'll post this, but I'm sorry that you missed the video. But I don't suppose you've missed very much. I'll have another go at it now. So thanks for watching that, and I'll get that uploaded. Right, okay, so I'll put that to one side, and I'll get another bit of paper, so bear with me. Got a cup of tea ready to go. Still got a few sheets of this Fabriano. I'm in two minds whether to buy some more or to get some more and some more of the Saunders Waterford rough paper, which is a lovely paper. But I like this one because it does, as I say, it does things that the other papers don't. I think it's about a third linen rag and 2/3 cellulose, which is wood pulp, to make it more expensive. But it's a very bright white sheet, so we'll get going on that. I'll put my headphones on. I'm listening to something on Netflix, Ancient Aliens. Really good couple of series, very well put together. Very challenging as well. Oh, here we go. Right, so I'm going to wet the paper all over, and while it's wet, this is basic hake painting. While it's wet, we can flood in the other colours for the sky and the foreground water. Right, so we'll get some raw sienna, basic colour this is, it's just to warm up the background, and put some in the foreground. So I'm going to do that lake, so you want to repeat the sky in the foreground, and we'll have a bit of light red. Get the brush together. Okay, now we're going to use a bit of ultramarine, a bit of Payne's grey. The ultramarine in the Cotman is very weak. I don't think it used to be very weak. It used to be pretty consistent, but it's lost a lot of that consistency now. And get some of that in. Right, okay, I'm going to leave that, apart from giving it a dry. So I'm going to pull the paper tight. No need to shrink your papers, pre-stretch them. Just a reclip, just a pull and a reclip, and the hairdryer. So fast forward. Now that's too wet. Bit of alizarin. The alizarin's another weak colour. A touch of Payne's grey in there, I think. Okay. Okay, let's put some other stuff in there now. Bit of cad yellow and a bit of sienna, burnt sienna that is. Now try to get your horizon horizontal. You can always draw a pencil, a faint pencil line. You don't want to gouge the paper though, because you can rub out when the paper's dry. You use a putty rubber or something and lift out the paint, the pencil line, sorry. Now when you want to get some thicker paint on that wet, just drop some in. You need very thick paint, otherwise it will just disappear to nothing. So that shows distance, because we've got quite a bit of blue in that. I only ever do wet painting in watercolour, but then considering I'm doing all the oil paintings as well. Okay, so before that dries, if I remember, I'm going to put in some trunks or just a bit of detail in that. Okay, that's got potential there. Right, clean the brush. Now we're going to get into the foreground now. Just pull the paper tight again. Oh, I'm going to have to shut the blind because the sun has poked through a cloud. Okay, that's fine. So that yellowy green gives a bit of oh, I'll get that dry. A bit not bad. A bit of impression of fields. I'll add to that. I'll put in some faint hedgerows, I think, if I remember. Okay, now we're getting to this foreground. Let's have a bit of a bluey mix up here somewhere. Now, although this is based on the other one that failed, I don't know why. They all end up different. Right. Oh, quiet, isn't it? I'm just making the colours different. And I want these like grassy bits poking through. Bit of salt marsh, I love salt marsh. Bit of red in there. Now that I can put some things going up and coming down to give that impression of detail. That's a bit. Right, okay, now we want something the other side now. Oops, sorry about that, I've knocked my camera. Okay, let's go a bit more. Right, that's a bit better. Right, now I'm boxed in a bit here. Right, so I've got an impression of salt marshes there. And that will just have a little bit of an illusion of detail now when I get going with the rigger. Let's put some of that in there. Right, okay, now I'm going to use the card. A little card. I'm just going to pick a bit of plastic off the floor, the hair dry, I blew it away. Okay, just going to put just a little bit of detail, which I didn't put in the other one. Just a little bit of detail there. Okay, they're just little bits of bit dry now. There. Okay, let's just get a little bit of detail there. I'm going to dry that because I want that to, it's a bit buckled there. Okay, now going to put in some foliage, some autumny colours I think. And put some here. Right, okay, I didn't want to okay, now I'm going to put some trunks in there, but right, I'll just get a bit of dark, just to go in here. Okay, that'll do. Right, let's get working with the hake now. Right, put some grasses coming up and some going down. Oh. And it all just gives that little impression of detail. I'm not paying attention to any exactitude detail. Just a few bits of okay. Not so sure about that. That's right, okay, anything else to do? Put a little boat in, I think. Little bluey, grey, and a bloke. Let's put one here. Put a man in. Put him there. Mind you, this is boat too big for him. Let's make him a bit bigger. Alright, that'll do. Birds. I've got my tea. Right, put a mount on it. Oops. Oh, I know what I was going to do. I was going to put a little bit of detail on that, wasn't I? Very, very faint. Okay, that'll do. Right, okay, there we are. Let's get the other one. I haven't looked at it, I just, you see it, well, totally different, but based on the same sort of theme, lake theme. I like painting lakes, and you see the reflection of the sky in the water here, but very placid here. I don't really want to put a bit of dry brush across there. It's a nice colour in there. that slightly dull turquoisey feeling. It gives that recession and all the warm colours in the foreground here, and a bit here, a bit of the autumny leaves. I hope you enjoyed this one, and I hope I can. Oh, I don't know what happened before, but anyway, I'll be more careful because I actually deleted it without realising it. Enjoy your weekends, folks. Bye bye.